language for this particular thing. So that is none other than the JavaScript. So the JavaScript is basically a programming language, and it is it is being the name itself. When we are hearing the JavaScript, you may be thinking that this is an object-oriented one, but as far as this JavaScript is concerned, JavaScript is not an object-oriented, fully object-oriented one. It is object-based programming language, because we are not at all using any class over here. And as you all know, some object-oriented concepts of class, the constructor, and like what. So those kind of things are not using over here, but we are using objects to create certain instances, but we are not using that class kind of concept over here. And JavaScript and Java are not exactly same, but certain resemblance are there, but it is not exactly the same. Let us see what are all the differences with respect to the Java and the JavaScript in the next thing. JavaScript is weakly typed. That means JavaScript is something like we can typecast, or we can figure out various other things by using JavaScript. When we are typing the Java codes or any other programming like codes of C or C++, it requires the exact data type. But in the case of our JavaScript, it is not required the exact data type to be typed over there. Somehow the JavaScript by itself, it managed to take which all data type it want to use it in the program, and those sort of adjustments are possible through this JavaScript. So usually the programmers call JavaScript as weakly typed client-side interpreted language. Then JavaScript, as we all know, it is developed by Brendan Eich for Netscape, and before it was called as Mocha, and it has been renamed as LiveScript, and at present it is in the present form of JavaScript as of now. And the official standard of this JavaScript as of European Computer Manufacturing Association script standard, it is using it in the JavaScript. And let us see what a JavaScript do in the web page, and how to play with JavaScript. By using JavaScript, we can dynamically create or dynamically modify the static pages. So that is one of the beauty of this particular language. We can dynamically change the elements, the events, etc., which was created statically by the HTML5 or given certain styles through that HTML pages. So through JavaScript, those kind of data or events can be dynamically changed through this JavaScript. And JavaScript can be used, or through JavaScript, the reaction of user can be interpreted, or it can be used to create certain other events. You may be thinking that what is the reaction of the user? In the case of our the first module, we might have studied the technology, the internet technology is of multi-tier architecture, comprises with the multi-tier architecture. Multi-tier architecture comprises with so 2-tier, 3-tier, n-tier architecture. So there is the basic thing behind this. There will be one server, another client. Client is requesting something to the server, and server in turn it will be responding to the client. So while it is responding to the client is getting the correct answer for that. And if at all client is getting that answer, client want to give certain action or activity for that particular the data answer from the client server. It can be done through this JavaScript, certain kind of reformation of those kind of data that is called as the react to the user input. Then JavaScript can be validated. It is used for validate the data through a static page. And another important thing through JavaScript can be done is the creation of cookies. And you may be wondering that what exactly the cookies. We all know the cookies or what we are getting to eat and all those things. Like what in the internet also the cookies are there. Those cookies are nothing but some brief programs or small programs to store certain data in the web server for consecutive hit of that particular page without having the creation of the new connectivity. This cookie lead to some sort of some intermittent stored things, so that the lengthier process to establish the connectivity between the server and the client can be overcome by using this cookie. That can be created through this JavaScript, and mainly these cookies are generated or created in our web servers. So web servers are considered to be the intermittent server, so as to connect it between the server and the client. And JavaScript is a full-featured programming language, as of like or Java or C++, something like that. And JavaScript user interaction does not require any communication with the server, because already I told there is a intermittent code of a cookie are creating in between, so that through this cookie the interactions can be creating with. As I told, JavaScript is not exactly similar to the Java. So let us see what is the basic differences between JavaScript and Java. So JavaScript is mainly used to make web pages, and it is more interactive one. And on the other hand, Java is used for creating wide range of application, especially the desktop application, and as well as the network application or system side application, something like that. So basically, Java is used for creating the network side application, those kind of connectivity, because Java itself is having multi-tier architecture, and through which it can be very easily create those server-side applications. So Java, then coming to the JavaScript code, is alt text, and JavaScript is basically an interpreter, and Java, on the other hand, maybe compiled, and it form another form of a code, so called as a .class file. After the compilation, it create a .class file, and .class file then run through a JVM Java virtual machine, etc. And in case of our JavaScript code, it is running in running in the browser only, but in the case of our Java application, run in JVM, that is virtual machine. So JavaScript is basically an OOP scripting language, and Java is basically a purely object-oriented programming language. So here in this juncture, let me ask one thing, that is most of you might have learned and know what exact the Java you might be knowing. Let me ask you one question. What is the native browser for Java? Please do answer to that, and maybe you can present it for the chat window. And now we need to have, or we want to have a clear-cut idea about why we want to study JavaScript. So JavaScript is one of the three languages of a web developer must know in this web technology. So those two things, the first markup language, which we might have learned as HTML, then we might have given certain styles through CSS, and we do have a JavaScript program what we are going to learn as now, and it is basically for program the behavior of web pages. So in the case of our web pages, many server programs use this particular JavaScript, like Node.js, then databases like MongoDB and CoshDB, etc. So coming to a JavaScript code, JavaScript are written through HTML program through a script tag. As you all know, we do have a script tag in HTML, and through that HTML, we are writing this particular code. And here you can see one thing. Text bar JavaScript. What exactly it meant as? In the previous session of module number 2, we might have learned something about MIME. So we are introducing the JavaScript as a text-like thing, as I introduced just before, and that is why through text script tag, while we are introducing the JavaScript, we must have to write as a MIME, and we have to make an output of a hello world program by using a function so called as document.write hello world. It's a basic program of JavaScript to print the hello world. So where we are writing or putting the JavaScript. So we can write the JavaScript program through script tag, maybe used, or maybe the script tag can be placed in the head or body tag. In the head script, it will be run before the page will be displaying, because we know about we know what exactly the head tag will do while we are studying our HTML. We might have studied what exactly it was happening in the head tag, and then in the case of our body tag, script will be displaying or run in the page. So this script can be put anywhere in the head tag or in the body tag. So here in this particular program, this is a small function. We will be elaborately seeing in the next session only. In this session only, we are looking into the introductory part. So as an elaboration, we will be seeing those kind of function in the forthcoming session. So this is a small function program for hello world, and hello world is a function to write the hello world program which will be written in the head tag, and it is calling it in the body. So in the case of our body tag, in the case of our body tag, the function which was already written over there will be calling and displaying. So the basic program to show this hello world program. And also JavaScript will be having a provision, that is, we can write the program outside anywhere else and store under the extension of .js, and we can call that particular file into this HTML program. So the syntactical structure is in the script tag src. Src is basically source is equal to myscript.js. For example, I had given you this particular thing, and that MyScript will be calling it in the HTML, and it will be functioning for us. And this can be done through the JavaScript. And as if like any programming language, we need to declare variable and as well as constants. So constants, that means constant programming or constants we will be using through that static program. In the case of our Java program, JavaScript, we need to change or react according to the user level. We need to declare it as a variable. So how we can declare those kind of a variable with a keyword var keyword, and variables can be declared var my name is equal to Vince. By default in JavaScript, the things will be declared as strings. So, so there is no specific data type to be given. That is why Java, by default, it will adjust accordingly. Whatever the data type it might be, it will adjust accordingly. It will read it, and do it as such. So this is an example program to declare variable. So you can see you can see a variable declared as a global, and function check scope, that is in order to check the scope of that particular variable in the by using this particular JavaScript. So I declared variable as a global, and through a function I'm declaring another variable. So through a local through a function, what we are or when we are declaring something, it will be taking it as the scope. It will be taking it as a local one. And when a variable declaring outside a particular function, it will be taking it as a global one. So here in this case, I declared two variables over there, and one is declared as a global variable, and another one as a local variable locally to that function. Here in this case, which will print in the case of our document write my variable. So being document.write function has been given inside that particular function, the scope of that particular variable given given as local. So it will be printing the value as local as an output of this program. Then JavaScript has got how to name the variables. Certain keywords are not entitled to use for this particular variable as a variable name. So once if we are giving a name to a variable, certain regulations or rules to be followed, and that rules, the exceptional case of that particular names are the keywords cannot be used as the variable name, and name should not start with any numerals. Example I've given, say 1, 2, 3 test, it not be it is an invalid one, and variable can be started with it might be begin with a letter or an underscore. So instead of direct numerals or numerical value 1, 2, 3, so if you put an underscore to that particular underscore 1, 2, 3, it is a valid one. Like what? The naming convention to be followed in the case of our naming a variable. Then coming to the operators, which might be used in the JavaScript. Like what is in all the programming language, here in the JavaScript also following the operators, that is arithmetic operators we'll be having, plus, minus, multiplication asterisks, then slash of division, then modulo division, that is a percentage. Then we do have an assignment operator. Assignment operator, as mentioned, that means equal to, plus equal to, minus equal to, asterisk equal to, slash equal to, percentage equal to, plus plus, minus minus. So I want to know about how many of you know special operators, something like this plus equal to, minus equal to, asterisk is equal to, slash equal to, percentage equal to, what it will do. Let us see through the examples. Then we do have a logical and or not operator. It is there. Then we do have comparison. That means greater than, less than, equal to, greater than or equal to. Then double equal to, that is equating. Then we do have another operator. A plus operator is there. Generally, it is used for concatenating two things. Then we do have the constructs, that is if, else, while, for, switch, and case constructs. Okay, these are all considered to be the operators and constructs with respect to our Java. And let me introduce the arithmetic operation in our JavaScript. So it's a typical arithmetic operation which will be following in our JavaScript. So basically, we are declaring variable x is equal to 100 plus 50. So we know that it will be printing the addition of two numbers. And before I told you, like JavaScripts are written through HTML, but I started my program with exclamation mark doc type HTML over there in that particular program. Do anybody having an idea what exactly that particular tag meant of? And also, I completed or validated this particular program with dot inner HTML. So what exactly these two are meant in this web programming, basically? So you might be knowing, that means when we are seeing certain websites or web portal, when we right click and get source of that particular thing, these kind of things, these kind of notations or tags might be showing over there. let us discuss. So in this program, it is pretty clear that addition is happening. There is no doubt on that. But my query or my anxiety is what exactly that those two underlined one. What is happening over there, and why we are using that particular thing in the creation of a web page. So basically, doc type tag is using, or when we use that doc type tag in a program, we are informing the browser about which version of HTML we are, or what type of document type declaration, and it shows the technicality of that particular elements which is using over there. So once that particular thing will be showing over there, or once that particular doc type tag showing over there, uh, it will be showing, or it will be indicating what type of HTML, the version of HTML, its technicality, etc. It will be overriding with. So those program will be running in any browser or any HTML version irrespective. And as well as inner HTML is an element property of JavaScript. In order to set what sort of a markup language it is using over there. So after calculation, dot inner HTML of something it is coming over there, it is directly grab those particular values and display as output, irrespective of what sort of a markup language. So that is the functionality of these two special elements over there. Like, then, as we all know, the next arithmetic operation, that is subtraction. So here also we are declaring and showing it as its arithmetic operation. Like, what is our multiplication? Probably I'll be sharing all these things. So some of you might be asking about why you want to go for this particular elementary things, because I am starting with this particular elementary or basic thing first, and let us go for the higher order, the next session. Then we do have an exponentiation operator, and this particular thing is an operator of the standard operator introduced by our standard JavaScript European Computer Manufacturing Association. They introduced this particular exponential operator. Usually we were using that particular exponential operator by using certain title symbol and all those things. And here we are using this particular exponential operator to have the power of certain things. And in our C or C++, we are using the header file of our math.h or something like that, and we are making use of a power function over there, and from that power function we will be doing this particular exponential operator. But in this particular JavaScript language, we are using this particular symbol, that is a 2 asterisk symbol for making an exponentiation. And as we all know, like, what is another programming language? We do have operator, and definitely we are having the precedence of operator. Here I had given 2 cases. The first case is variable x is equal to 100 plus 50 into 3. So definitely the answer is given as 250. The same thing which I put in the that particular parenthesis and shown, and the answer shown as 450. Why it had happened? as we all know, the maximum of you might be knowing what exactly had happened, and this is the reason because of the precedence of operator. It might have happened because highest precedence will be for our parenthesis, and that is why the difference of values it might have had for this particular operation or that function. Then we do have other data types. So that is JavaScript can hold the data types, the numbers, strings, objects, and many other data types. The first thing is I have given is a variable of length is equal to 36. That means it directly taken it as that 36 as a number, and last name is equal to install. That means it will be taken as a string. Then variable first name abc, last name pqr, and this is something like declaring an object for that particular class, but we are not using any class over here, and that abc, that means pqr will be taking it as an object for that. Then concept of database. Then here you can see a data type with variable x is equal to 16 plus Honda. Honda is basically a string which will be inserted within a double quote. So by default, I told you any data type or any data will be taken as string. So here in this case, what will happen? What is the error? Whether when we declare like this, will it produce any error or will it accept it? So in the case of our Java, this particular thing, there is another example also I had given. Variable x is equal to 16, which I put it in inverted quotes, and Honda is also in double quotes. So what will happen? Here there is a quiz for you, and you just predict what will happen over here. Variable x equal to 20 plus abc, and the next thing is variable x equal to xyz plus 20. Then variable x equal to pqr plus 20 plus 20. What will happen? So in this case, I told you any data by default it will be taking as string, and in the first case, what it will do is first 20 it will be taking it as a number. Second 20 is also taking it as a number, and abc as a string. So the operation, after having the operation, it will be showing it as 40 abc. And in the case of our second thing, xyz plus 20, that means xyz being it as a string at first, after processing that particular xyz string, whatever it is coming, it will be concatenating to that particular string row. So that particular the second thing, it will be outputting as xyz 2020. Then variable x equal to pqr plus 20 plus 20, what will happen? It also being the pqr is a string, and reducing with that anything which is happening, it will be concatenating it as a string over there, and this particular the operation will be taking it as a concatenation. So the output of this particular thing is pqr 2020. It will be. So far we discussed certain few facts or introductory facts of our JavaScript during last 20 minutes. So we discussed with our HTML, so how to write our JavaScript, and we discussed with how to make the data exactly. Then how can we put the external JavaScript program, all those kind of things. Then we saw something about the data types and its operation. And the next thing is I forgot to tell you one thing. Like so, any good programmer should have to comment what he is or she is writing it in the program. So in this case, also we can also having the provision of a single line commanding and multiple commenting over there by using double slash by single line command, and we can have an exclamation followed with a double asterisk slash, and block commanding it can be possible. So here is certain queries, only a few things which I want to know about. I do want to know how far you learned from my ad hoc
Excuse me, sir.
session. So,
So there is a query
yes.
from Shafiq Hamid asking about the practical examples for cookies in web technology.
Yeah, practical example for the cookies. That means cookies basically it stores certain values. So during at the time of our when we are adhering the data from client side to server side, every time it will be creating certain sessions. So so every time when it is creating those kind of sessions, that means it is a loss for us in the case of our time. So cookies will store it in the server or it in the native client program itself, and for the forthcoming request, this cookie will be taken into the control, and the time lag between connecting the client to server can be avoided. So those cookies basically store certain primitive values in order to connect it with the server from a client. For that particular purpose only, the cookies are being generated, and cookies can be avoided or tampered by using our JavaScript programs. So that is the major advantage of using this JavaScript cookie. Am I clear?
So there is one.
Hello?
I hope he is clear.
Yeah.
There is one more question.
Yeah.
Which has the highest priority for JavaScript? A, inside the body, B, inside the head, C, outside the HTML. This question is asked by Christy Verghese.
Sorry, I didn't get you properly.
Which has the highest priority for JavaScript? And he has given few options. The first option is inside the body, B, inside the head, C, and inside the HTML.
So I told you that is inside head. That means it will work at first. First of all, it will be working that particular thing and displaying, and inside the body, that means it will be. That means two things which we can do. That is inside head and inside body. So body, that means everything it will be functioning, and it will be showing as an output. So we cannot say that it is a priority, but as far as the head is concerned, it will, when it is showing that head tag, the header will be in the case of our heading display, like it will be displaying its output. Whereas in the case of our body, that means it will be executing inside that particular body. And the third level, which he might have mentioned, is within HTML. I don't know what exactly he meant as HTML. So here it is not meant as its priority, but X displays.
Okay, sir.
Very
Sir,
clear?
there is one. So one more question is there. How
Yes.
can we interpret S plus equal to A?
S plus is equal to
A.
so what is another variable for that?
No, he's asking whether if we can interpret it
Yeah,
as S equal to S plus A.
yeah. That is that is the basic thing. S is equal to, that is the operator which which it has been given over there. That means S equal to S plus A. Instead of that, S plus equal to A can be substituted with in the JavaScript. Am I clear?
And so one more question for block commenting in JavaScript.
Okay.
The person is asking whether he can use slash asterisk sign.
Yeah.
Or
They can. It can
could
be
you
used.
elaborate on the same, like block the commenting statement?
So the block command, like what is in our Java, so slash asterisk and block after a block asterisk slash can be given for blocking that particular code in order to avoid the execution. That can be possible in the JavaScript.
One more question we have from Naveen.
All right.
How do we run JavaScript code in browser?
So as if like how we are running our HTML code. So in the case of our HTML code, HTML, so how we will be running? So HTML is basically embedding along with that particular HTML inside that particular client-side program. So the client-side program is basically an HTML program. So HTML program basically run with the help of our browser, with the by .html or .html, and through that. So once if you are giving it in the address bar of any browser, this program also be working with. Usually, we do have a practice of we are going for apart from the canonical way, we are adhering some other kind of environment to run this particular Java program, JavaScript and HTML program. So at that particular level, also, so whatever the environment it might be, in that environment it will be working with. But in the case of our usual canonical way, so in the browser, the address bar of the browser will be having. So we are giving this particular HTML program, and it will be working. Am I clear?
To all the attendees, kindly use the Q&A session so that like your questions will be visible properly. And also, sir, there is one more doubt.
Yes.
How is like X++ and ++X works?
So in the case of our JavaScript, elaborately, as of like in the case of our C or C++ program, the unary operator plus plus or minus minus will be working in the way of X++ like only. So we can only the provision to write that particular program X is equal to X plus 1. Being it is not compiling anywhere, storing anywhere, it is a text-like program running along with the browser. Correct? Hello.
Hello, sir. And one more question we have: advantages of placing JavaScript in an external file.
So it is something like when we are we are writing this JavaScript file in an external file and storing it as a JS. That means we are minuting or we are integrating a very lengthy program into a piece of programs, and we are calling back to the main program. So basically, a good programmer like you people, what you have to do is you have to break your programs into tiny parts, small one, and at last you just call back to the main, and that is a good way of program wherein we will be identifying, or we can see is there any error or some sort of things, flaws are coming for that particular thing, and so that we can do that particular thing. And another question I got is dot, that is exclamation dot type. Is it necessary? That is, it is not necessary everywhere. You can directly use that particular script tag along with MIME. Here in this case, I wanted to use that MIME, so that text will be directly mentioning. You can use by avoiding exclamation dot type HTML. It can be possible, but when we are using, we have to make use of MIME in the program, like text bar HTML, something like that.
Sir, we have like last 5 more minutes for the conclusion of the session, so you can conclude the session.
Yes.
And also the questions will be sent to you so that like you can answer them.
So even any queries with regards to this, I had given my mail ID over there in the bottom of the quiz part. You can utilize, and you can interact with me anytime. So I'll be ready to help you out in all respect with respect to the web technology. Okay. So if you feel, or if you do have any other doubts other than this with respect to the web technology course, you can interact with me with this mail ID. Shall I continue with? Hello?
Sure, sir.
Yeah.
Sure, sir, you can continue.
Okay. So in this case, now we are looking certain string kind of thing. When we are using this particular string data type, we are making a code, or that means we are putting those strings inside a double quote. And in any other programming language, can it be possible a single quote within the double quote, something like that? So that provision is there in the case of our JavaScript program, and it is even if we are putting a single quote or a double quote, by default the JavaScript will understand it as a string. So even if you are putting another quote in between, it also recognizes it as a string, and it will be displaying. That is a program tail which I have given you over there, and it will be printing as such, even if you are doing this particular thing. So strings is written within a quote, and it can be it is enclosed either in a single quote or a double quote, or it can be used and single quote within the double quote. It can also taken into the consideration. And coming to another data type, the number and Boolean. So the number can be designated in either in the decimal form or without a decimal form, as it is mentioned over here. And the exponentiation is also being, so if the precision is going lot, so at that time we will be using like 10 to the power of something like that. So that is considered to be the exponentiation, and that exponentiation thing can be possible over there in this JavaScript. And another data type what we are having is a Boolean, and Boolean return either true or false. So as like I mentioned, variable x equal to 5, y is equal to 5, then x equal to 5, y is equal to as true basically, so it is returning true, something like that. So that is the data type. And through JavaScript, the user interaction, that means from the web page, it is directly interacting to the user or to the client at the client side itself by using three major functions, so called as there is an alert function, there is a confirm function, there is a prompt function. By using these functions, it will be popping out certain boxes like, and that alert box or confirm box or prompt box will be prompting us or confirming our activity, or it will be alerting something something went wrong or something like that, or your action has confirmed that kind of operation, or prompting something like that. It is possible through this user interaction boxes. And this is a Taylor program for that. And on click event of a function of a button, there is an alert function. It will be alerting through a box by a messaging or something like that, and it will be displaying like this. And another is confirming thing. So after performing certain action, that action is through. So through a confirm button, we can confirm that. These and all are the activities which will be carried by the user or the client in order to fix the program. So like this is the output of that particular confirm thing. Then it is used for prompting certain thing. If you are right, it is prompted as something like that, and it is showing this particular message to us. And these are all the three major input method, user interaction method through the JavaScript will be performed. And Deepthi?
Yes, sir.
Hello. So am I running out of time, or is it the time to conclude?
It's already 1:15, sir, but it's okay. You can continue. Like 5 more minutes.
Yeah. So like what is in all other programming language, we do have arrays, and JavaScript also do have the arrays as a data type over there. And here I made certain names of cars. Car 1 as Ford, car 2 as a Volvo, and car 2 as a BMW. And if I want to put all these variables into a single thing, I can make use of this particular arrays with the name with a single name. I can use these entities in my program. So here is a program for that. Through colors as a variable name, I mentioned certain colors. So and it is designated through its correct indexing pattern. Color 0 is red, color 1 is green, color 2 is blue, color 3, because in the memory the indexing part starts from the 0th position, and consecutively it will be going with a single, or it will be checking with a single name, and that is shown over there, and that is the same part. And through programmatically, I didn't mention anything related to our so-called as control statements today, like if, while, for, etc. Even though I use this for loop over here in order to make certain indexing or indexing that particular colors over there, like so. That is mentioned over there. And this is another program for arrays. And what I made is here in this case, you can see. So variable cars I mentioned and put all those things in an array. And as far as this particular declaration is concerned, car zero is SAAB. But I made an assignment car 0 is equal to Opel over here. So while printing this particular program over here, the output will look like Opel, Volvo, and BMW by discarding, because I made an assignment of that is car 0 as Opel. So while it is printing, it will be overriding that SAAB into Opel. So this is a part of this is a kind of a indexing kind of a, operation what is happening in the array. And this is the second part of our discussion quiz. And you will just note it down all these questionnaires and give me the response to this mail ID. So far we were discussing with respect to the introductory part of our JavaScript, that is module 4. It is showing various other things. The basics of JavaScript, overview of JavaScript we already discussed, and objects, how to create that object. Then general syntactic characteristics and primitive operations, as we discussed in our addition, subtraction, and all those kind of primitive operations like this. Then screen out and keyboard input is something like a user interaction program by using that as various boxes. That means we discussed, and arrays. So, and with respect to the modular description, we were started with all these things, and as of now, during an ad hoc discussion, we might have able to complete till arrays. So the pending as control statements we will be having, object creation and modification that is not completed, then functions, then document object model, and introduction of the jQuery. It's the second part of this particular thing, and if time allows, we will be continuing this model number 4 again in the next session. Thank you for giving me an opportunity to discuss the initial stages of our JavaScript with sharing with you. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. And many questions have asked by the attendees, which will be sent to you so that you can answer to them. And
okay, definitely.
So happy to have you.
Yeah, definitely. You may ask through my mail ID, and even if somebody else to take out this particular question, they can take out and give written and one-word answers. These are all considered to be an ad hoc quiz in order to ask you about whether how far you understand this particular thing. Most of you might be knowing as of now what exactly the JavaScript and web technology, the relevance of JavaScript and web technology. And I just the past 1 hour I just brushed out of all those things, and I didn't done much more than that thing. And thank you for hearing my session during last 1 hour. Thank you for giving me thank you.
On behalf of all, I thank you, sir, for taking this great session. And thank you so much, sir. And thank you, attendees, for being good listeners and asking your queries. Thank you so much.